Hi, welcome to BohoMystic. My name is Mary Nelly, and today we're going to be doing the Earth Signs mid-month readings for the month of August 2025. I am just doing a little cleansing. I ask that this space be cleansed. I ask for myself to be cleansed, and of course for you all to be cleansed. So Taurus, my loves, you're up first. Let's see what the universe has in store for you for your mid-month check-in. All right, 1, 2. Bottom of the deck, we have the Staying, number 17, Ride Between the Realms. Is that what you're doing? Interesting, Taurus. Let's get a few of these. In my pre-shovel for this deck, the Hierophant came out, so I felt like we were on the right path doing Earth signs first. What does Taurus need to know? Spirit? Mid-month? What does Taurus need to know? Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. Wow. That is kind of crazy. Virgo, we're going into Virgo season very soon. Path to wisdom and enlightenment, healing and restoration, looking inward to move forward. Yeah. Isolation for introspection, searching for answers. The reason why I was like, wow, was because on a drive this morning out to this new location of where I'm filming, I was listening to just a video on YouTube. And I was surprised that the next video that automatically started, through my radio in the car, was my video of hanging up, should we hang up or hanging up the Hermit's card? And I couldn't change it mid-drive. So I listened to it. It's one of my first videos, and it was as though I was hearing it for the first time. And I thought, wow, I really need to do a second part to that. And here we are with the Hermit's card. I think this is a nod to me. But yeah. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe that video, the fact that I'm bringing it up, may be a synchronicity for someone. I will try to link it below this one. It's one of my first videos ever. But maybe it touches upon the balancing of being in hermit mode and outstaying kind of your welcome in that mode, because it can become very it can become kind of like a crutch. And I wonder if this month you're going to push yourself out of your comfort zone or become more social or engage once again in activities or in groups or like in society again after not doing it for a while. It's interesting. That's what I'm getting from that. Underneath that, we have healer. Like you've been doing healing. Maybe you've been doing a lot of shadow work. Then we have Laguz with flow and movement. Wow. Yeah. Incoming change and travel. Stream of renewal and healing. Again. Healing. Healer. Compassion sincerely given outwardly and inwardly. This is actually my deck. It's a Sunlit Path. It's going to be available shortly. It's like you've been healing, and maybe you're coming out of this hermit mode, hermit's path. You've achieved some enlightenment, some further awakening. Maybe this is your path to ascension this month, especially with being between the realms. That's interesting. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot. For Taurus, please, Spirit, what do we have for mid-month? Mid-month check-in for Taurus. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Charisma, which is the Ace of Pentacles. So again, a new beginning. It's like you coming out of that hermit's mode, definitely. It's like you've achieved some awakening, I was going to say something that set you free. Maybe set you free from a cycle, set you free from the grip or the grips of the past. Attachments that have been holding you down. You have the Knight of Intelligence, which is the Knight of Swords underneath that, and the Ace of Wisdom, which is the Ace of Cups. Yeah. And the Death card, yes. And the Empress. Yeah, you're birthing, it's like you are birthing yourself. It's like as though you are allowing yourself to be reborn in a new image. In a new image. Okay, let's take a look at your cards, Taurus, and let's see what else we have in store for you. Month of August, mid-month check-in for the month of August. Let's take a look. Disenchant. You are protected. Number 8. Wow. When you're disenchanted, you are disillusioned, right? The spell has been broken. But this really means that any spells or anything that was holding you back. What did I say about the grip or the grips of the past, holding you down? It's like as though your team is telling you that they've disenchanted any of that work or any of that negativity or any of that heavier energy that's been holding you down. Like it's been dispelled and you are now being free to move forward. Or you've done it yourself through your own spell work or through your own, wow, I just said spell work. I was going to say your own shadow work, but maybe you have been doing your own spell work. I was very called to use this deck. The Green Man, it's time to grow. You had the Empress over there at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. I think you're trying out a new you. What did I say? I said something about you being reborn in a new image. It's like you are, again, I keep saying reborn. Maybe I'm saying reborn because you're being reborn in knowledge, in the truth of who you are and what you are and how you fit into this existence and the truth of all. And anything that's holding you back or was holding you back has been cut away. Then we have the Moon card, guys. Yeah. We have this big full moon in Aquarius coming up on the 9th, which is actually tomorrow as I'm filming this. So I have written associated with Pisces, I believe, blind faith, an illusory path ahead, tap into intuition, psychic downloads, deception of self or otherwise, unknowable, unclear, moon cycle rhythmic influence, and divine feminine. I want to say this is tapping into your intuition. I think that you have a strong awakening or a strong upgrade going on here. And this full moon may be your release, like as though we've been saying, right? Of these attachments, and you coming through this illusory path that you've been on, not knowing what was happening, where you were going to end up, but still continuing on this path. Consistent, not giving up, really just, I don't know, I want to say plugging in and plugging out. And with all this witchy flair in this reading, it's like as though, like it feels shamanic in nature. It feels very shamanic in nature. Interesting. Number 5. Number 55. I mean, holy moly, guys. Significant changes ahead. Call for adaptability, spiritual enlightenment. Positive sign for upcoming transformation. Absolutely. Taurus. Yeah. This is what okay. I feel like, at least, okay, I can feel that we're finding our way in the dark. How funny is that? We're finding our way in the dark like you would in the dark, under the moon, in the moonlight. And that's what you've been doing. It's like you've been piecing it all together, going bit by bit by bit, not stopping. Wow. I was going to say, forget the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, you just have been just so consistent working on yourself. It's clearly evident here. I mean, you are literally riding between the realms. You are breaking chains. You are breaking cycles. And I would say this is also fate. Look at the 3 women here. This is also like the hands of fates or the fates. There is something where you've alchemized natural magic with ethereal magic, and you have balanced aspects of yourself in the spiritual and in the physical. You've mastered the 2 of Pentacles to such an extent that it's like you bust yourself out of jail, out of chains. I haven't really been picking this up in your monthly. I know that things were going to be improving and that you were going to see all your hard work pay off. Maybe this is what this is. Like as though you figured out, or something you did push the scales, tip the scales in your favor, and now by the end of this month, you're going to see definitely the fruits of your labor. Yes. Okay, what else do we have, Taurus? Oh my gosh. So in my deck, the Sunlit Path, that includes the majors. And I'm also using another tarot deck, which is Dungeons and Dragons. You got the Moon card again. This full moon is going to be big. I wonder if you've been really feeling the energy. It's like reliving, but not trying to relive the past, and balance. I don't know. I feel like that's right under disenchant. Like as though you were like, I'm not going to allow it to suck me back in. It's like freeing yourself in the nick of time releasing and allowing yourself to release and actually truly surrendering something, right? Like shedding those last remnants of chain. And I'm going to say there is something very shamanic in nature here. Maybe you've been working with your ancestors. Maybe you've been asking for their assistance. Maybe you've been actually like working on water magic. Now, there's like a very scary version of like a skeleton dragon coming down. And there's this woman holding what looks like to be the sun, right? It has the little rays. And it's knowing the sun was going to rise. The darkness, that she wasn't going to be in this darkness forever. The sun was going to rise again. And all she had to do is hold on and have that faith that it was going to happen. And I think that's what you've done. It's like you dug deep and just knew it was going to happen for you. And it will. It definitely will. You're on the path. You are on the path of what I said in the monthly. You are going to evolve, shine. And it's not been easy, because I'm actually feeling like, not the word is not angst, but it feels kind of angsty. You know, like there's a little teenage angst. I don't know, like an uncertainty and not knowing if you're doing it right, and is everything I'm doing enough and, you know, in the right proportion in order to get what I need, and something like that. And I want to tell you, yeah, you're doing really well. You really are. You really, really are. Oh my gosh, that made the devil. With the green man where it's time to grow. Oh my gosh, guys. What's it? I mean, it's, you have broken the molds that you have created and have set around you throughout your life. And I say molds with an S because it's more than one cycle and it's more than one mold. And it's also you understanding, right, that there is, you know, we all carry the devil with us. We all carry parts of ourselves. You know, we all have shadow and we all have light. And, you know, the goal is integration, but it's also knowing that there's always going to be that need in your life. Wow. I'm looking at his cloak and there's like this gold with buttons in the front. But for me, on the side here, I saw a ladder, like a staircase. Like you've been climbing that staircase. It's like every step that you took, you've been pushing him down and you've been coming up. And I feel like it hasn't been easy. And sometimes you look at that staircase and at first you thought it was 20 steps and you're 20 steps in and you're like, oh my gosh, it's another 20 steps to go. You know, it kind of felt longer than it had to be, or it wasn't happening for you. Now I do remember that in your reading now, because you've been working so hard. And then you've had Uranus in your sign for so long. You're going to see those benefits. You are. They're going to flower all around you. And you have the support of Mother Gaia, the support of nature, of this material world of matter and form that you build and manifest upon so well. I feel you very balanced, but tired. Very balanced, but tired. And I want you to know, I mean, this is a lot. It's a lot of work. The Page of Intelligence, the Page of Swords. Oh. Here she is building like a steampunk dragon-esque type of thing. Wow. To me was, you didn't have a dragon in the fight, so you decided to build a dragon because you didn't have a dragon of your own. And I thought, you didn't have a kite to go play kites, so you built your own kite. I don't know if that's a synchronicity for someone or not. It's kind of weird. Maybe that's what you've been doing. It's like you didn't give up because you didn't have the right tools. You didn't give up because things didn't go your way. You didn't give up because you didn't have the money, the means to do it exactly like everyone else. So you got really creative. And you just built, right? You manifested the crap out of your life. You're like, it's okay. I don't need those things. I can manifest. I can do this myself. And you got really creative on what you pulled in and what you did use and what you didn't use. And you just realized, I need to work for it and I got to do it because it's not being given to me. Like a very resourceful Taurus. And that's right, again, right under the moon. I mean, you could also have been getting downloads like crazy. If this is truly an ascension, an upgrade, you could be, your crown chakra could be just super lit right now too. And you've just been following this. You've been following this blueprint, this plan that's one with the universe, one with the earth, one with you. And with that trio, I mean, like, what else do you need? It's like you let your faith and trust in yourself and in the universe, in source, to just take you to where you needed to be. But I do think that you have felt like things had been slow, like you haven't been able to see the sunrise yet, and it's coming. That much I do feel. Last card. Wheel of Fortune. What did I say? I don't know when the new moon is. I really wish I did. I'm going to see if I can look that up. Okay. New moon in August 2025 will occur on August 23rd. So the reason why I had to look that up was because you had the Wheel of Fortune. And as I referred to these ladies here and this card as divine, and you know, as like the fates of the Wheel of Fortune. But you also had two moon cards. And I'm like, well, when is this going to be given to you? And I truly feel like whatever it is that you're doing or have done when you watch this video during the full moon, you are going to start seeing benefits, successes, however you measure success and whatever this is that you're doing and wanting and desiring. I felt immediately new moon. That's when you're going to start receiving and seeing and feeling this success come in for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune under 55. The significant changes ahead. Positive sign for upcoming transformation. Spiritual enlightenment. You are going, if your prayer has been for further enlightenment, I think you're getting that. I think you're getting that now. You may not even realize the amount of downloads that you've received, but you will. once they're ready to be activated and when you're supposed to know they're there. But this could be financial, this could be love, this could be a job opportunity. It could be whatever it is that you are asking for. If this is you wanting, this could be anything. Again, how it relates to you. It's how you see abundance. What is abundance to you? It's different for everyone. It really is. And if people say it's only money, that's not true. So however and whatever it is that you have been working towards, you are going to see this at the end of this month. And pay close attention to the 23rd for this new moon. Because that hit me like a new moon. I know this was very philosophical in the beginning, but I think that's where you've been. Like, that's what I feel. I feel like you've been in your feels. I feel like you have been emotionally kind of up and down. And that you, every time like you got to a point where you were feeling maybe a little unbalanced, you brought yourself back. Because you've been really, it's like you've learned how to manage the ups and downs and not let yourself go negative. And that takes skill. It takes a long time to master. And that's what you've been doing. I mean, this is what I feel here. It's like, this is what you've been doing. Taurus, I am really impressed. It's like you've been dealing with things coming at you that you were not expecting. Because things should have been going easier on you right now. And they haven't been. And you've been, it's like trying to figure everything out. And at the same time, having spiritual epiphanies, spiritual awakenings, tackling, I was going to say shadows, your own shadow. All at once. And that's what I feel from you. But I just want you to know that you've been doing a great job. And you know that faith, that blind faith that you had, and your persistence and not stopping, and it's amazing. The work and the work ethic and everything you put into this is amazing. Don't lose that now because it's about to pay off. And I think that you're going to see some answer to prayers. And I don't know why I keep using that word, but that's what's coming to me. You're going to start seeing things like that trickle in. And you're very deserving of it because this is a lot of hard work. And I've already said that a million times. So Taurus, this is what I see for you at your mid-month check-in. I'll see you again at the end of the month for September's monthly reading. Crazy. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, Virgo, you're next. Let's take a look at what the cards have to say for your mid-month check-in. I've loved your past readings. I know that you've been on the verge of huge change. I know that your last couple readings kind of felt a continuation of each other. So August 2025, we are now, today actually is the Lionsgate portal. And tomorrow, the 9th, will be the full moon in Aquarius as I'm filming. So when you watch this, we'll see how those things factor in potentially and or how it's going to be for the rest of the month. Okay, your season's almost here. How exciting. All right, for Virgo, please. What do we need to know? All right, we have 3 of those. All right. We have elixir, number 10. Your wish is granted. Nice. Very nice. I love that. It's like a pendulum. Okay, for Virgo, please. What do we need to know, or what can we see for the remainder of the month of August 2025, please, Spirit? Aha. Bottom of the deck, love. You guys have been my love piles for a while. Not necessarily romantic love, but there was definitely a nuance of that, or potentiality of that in your readings. Love is often the simplest answer, but so often overlooked. That is so true. And that is super true. A deepening of a love that you found a couple months ago, maybe. Underneath that, we have Turtle Spirit. This actually fell in the pre-shuffle along with the Butterfly card. Call upon or embody Turtle Spirit. Patience, emotionally balanced, determination, safety, and security. I think you've been very patient. It's like you knew exactly how to get to where you wanted. And you were like, I'll do it. You haven't skipped any steps. You've been going from A to B to C, and you've been like killing it and working through everything that you had to work through. It's like you didn't try to get out of anything. You didn't try to get out of any hard work. That's really impressive, Virgo. Summer. We are in summer here in the northern hemisphere. Joy, health, clarity, and flourishing. That wish is going to be granted this summer. We're almost at the end of summer. And the last one is Algaes. Protection, shielded, awakening, divine guidance, spirituality, health, growth, and vitality, and sanctuary. We also had here safety and security for Turtle. This is finding a love that you feel safe and secure with. Someone who has provided you with a security you've never had before. Or you have found a family, a soul tribe that has given you that security. All right, let's take a look at your tarot. This is the Judges and Dragons tarot. For Virgo, please. Mid-month check-in for Virgo. Virgo, please, Spirit. Anything else, please, for Virgo? Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice. The balancing. He's got engagement. Making things official. Underneath that, we have Six of Strength. Wow, that's the Six of Wands. Oh. People throwing flowers and you got your catch, and people celebrating. Looks like a wedding. It kind of reminds me of the Four of Wands, and it's the Six of Wands. Judgment. It's like your relationship potentially is graduating and moving forward. Shall we do one more? The Nine of Strength. And that's the Nine of Wands. Like, that's you, victorious, right? This is you victorious after weathering everything. It's like you made it and you're still standing, and now you get your prize. You get your wish fulfillment. This is exciting. Okay. All right. I love readings like this. They get me excited. Let's see what we have here, Virgo. First one, stardust and soil. Opposites attract. Oh, Virgo. Is this a continuation of a love story that just was beautiful to begin with? And it's like finding a way to be together. Finding a way, or seeing that it's meant to be. Stardust and soil. Stardust and soil. You're the soil, an earth sign. What is stardust? I don't know. Air or fire? Fire sign. I was going to say air sign. We do have this full moon now in Aquarius coming up. Interesting. Number 33. Really cool. Oh, gallant. Accept healing energies. Number 15, which is a 6. Oh, he is holding a star in his hand. He is the stardust. Someone is trying to be very gallant. A gentleman. Someone is trying to help you. Didn't I say this? Like, you found someone in your vicinity who is integral. I think that's the word that I used twice in your readings. In your spiritual awakening, in this new identity of yourself, like your growth, and could have even started off as a friendship, or a person who's like in some kind of youth group, leadership group, work, co-workers, something, even church. And then that relationship is turned into something more, or this person has seen something in you and now is asking you to, is asking you to commit yourself to that foundation. So if it's not a romantic relationship, commitment is still being asked from you though. Found. Trust what lies ahead. Holy, these cards are amazing. There is a woman here with her hair just being blown, and she has found the light, the eye, source, that connection. Wow. Taurus also had a huge spiritual undertaking, awakening. Maybe it's something with the earth signs. We have like a mosquito in here. You know what's coming through my mind? It's like, I am now found. Something like that. 88. All right, we have 33, you have 15, which comes down to a 6, and you have a 5. Great success leading to abundance and prosperity, infinite possibilities, enlightenment and spiritual growth, perpetual flow of divine love. I do feel like that's what you feel. That's what she feels in this. It's like she's being bathed. She's completely consumed by this. Maybe that's what you're feeling. Healer. Under stardust and soil, opposites attract. Maybe the person that has helped heal you. Compassion sincerely given outwardly and inwardly. Have you received, again with the gallant card here, accept healing energies? Have you been seeing someone? Is this therapy? A therapist? a counselor, a pastor, something who's helped, quote unquote, heal you, help you see your value. Lagoos. All right, these two cards are the same cards, and the love card was also at the bottom of the deck of Taurus. Lagoos. Flow and movement. This is the water, right? The lake. The bend. Intuition and dreams. Incoming change and travel. Stream of renewal and healing. Emotional intelligence. I think that's what you have achieved and you are achieving as we speak. This definitely, I love when the monthlies sync up with the mids, right? The mid-month review or mid-month readings, because it shows that you're on path, right? Nothing, there hasn't been a wrench thrown in the couple weeks since that last reading. That gorgeous path that you've been on of enlightenment, of knowing yourself so deeply and seeing yourself through fresh eyes, new eyes, is still your path. It's like you still have done it and you're still on it and you're now achieving even something a little bit more. That celebration and that wish will be granted by the end of the month. How amazing that in Virgo season. All right, then we have the 7 of charisma, and that's the 7 of pentacles. Look at this person. Look how he's looking at that lit fruit, right? That little ball of light that represents a fruit on that tree that he's been waiting for, to see if something would flourish from it. And that's you. But I also think this is telling me, you've already seen this. Like you've already experienced and have had confirmation of your path, of what you're doing is good for you, will be successful, is about to pay off. And that's under what, trust what lies ahead. So you have already seen this with your own eyes. You've seen the changes in your life, the changes in you, in your surroundings, and who you are and what you want, and inside, outside, right? You have already seen the proof that you are accomplishing what it is that you're accomplishing. That, it's not all in your mind. It's not a fancy, it's not a whim, that it is truly changing you and will bless you with patience, right? With the turtle that we saw. The turtle's underneath the love card. Virgo, I don't know what you guys have been doing. I don't know what you've been experiencing, but I would love to be a fly on your wall. This is evolution and transformation and transmutation at its finest. You've done a really good job. What else do we have here? The star. With great success leading to abundance and prosperity. Absolutely. But I would say this is definitely your enlightenment and spiritual growth. Healing. Healing, healing, healing. You have healing and renewal. It's like you saw and realized what your dharmic path is. You realize that is my North Star. That is where I'm supposed to be going. That is my purpose. And you systematically, step by step, methodically, got yourself on that path to reach that destination, and you're almost there. And you know it. See, I'm telling you nothing you don't know. I feel that. This is confirmation. And it's awesome. It is such a great confirmation of the readings that I've been giving you so far anyway. You guys are an impressive bunch. Holy moly. All right, 3 more. The devil with healer and stardust to soil, with opposites attract. This for me, this is shadow work at its finest. It's knowing that you are both, and it's healing and working through and integrating to become a more healed, a more fully developed you. You know, I just said this to Taurus. It's like, you know, also, like Taurus does. We all carry the devil with us. And there are many times we call upon this energy to help us through. But it's also knowing how to keep it in check and how to use it for good and not allow it to bring you down. And it's like you have figured that out. And I feel like you've truly cut out huge attachments to things that used to hold you back from this spiritual path. I do feel that. And you're like, nope, I got this. And you did it again. You did it. Yeah. It's like you managed the crap out of your life. Like you project managed your life so well. So well. 7 of intelligence. 7 of swords. Look at that. He's wearing a mask on his face. It's like, you know what just came to me with this gallant, accepting healing energies and flow of movement. And this, it's like you learned how to accept help. Like that's you dropping your mask, hiding from the world, your true self, or hiding from the world that you're not perfect, Virgo, and that you do need help, and that there are things in your life that you weren't necessarily proud of, and you admitted that to yourself and potentially to someone else. You let yourself be taken on that stream of renewal and hope. And I want to say you accepted help from someone. Like you truly accepted help from someone. And I think that kind of was a huge cycle breaking moment, because that's something that you kept private and you hid from the world, or you wanted to show the world you didn't need anyone. You could do it yourself. And I think that may have been a really big cycle that you broke. That's the first time we're getting something like that out of these, last 3 readings. I've been wondering what it's been, but it's never come up in the readings. That's interesting. Last one. 9 of intelligence, 9 of swords in reverse. Absolutely. And that's right under the 7 of charisma, which is the 7 of pentacles. And trust what lies ahead. You stopped worrying. I don't know what happened. It's like maybe even that help that you received, that guidance, that therapy, advice, something that you received helped you break out of that fear that things weren't going to come in for you. Your self-doubt. I mean, this 9 of swords, it's your self-doubt. It's your fear of failure, your fear of having gotten things wrong, your fear that you wasted all this time and you weren't going to get anything from this tree. But you allowed whatever this is, this help, if it's spiritual, if it's truly downloads and a spiritual epiphany, awakening, or if it's truly someone. And again, I'm going to go back to the original part. This could literally be love. Love is the greatest activator that we have, period. So love could have broken you free from pessimism and derision, you know? I'm just saying, it could be all of those things. Again, I always say this in my readings, these are themes. They express themselves differently in all the readings and with different people in a collective, but the same theme is there. So I think that broke you out of your 9 of Swords. Those things at night, you know, those thoughts, those ruminations that wouldn't let you sleep because all you were always, you were always worried about, like I said, fear of failure, fear of everything going wrong, all of it. Yeah, I'm getting that really strongly. It's like all of a sudden you were optimistic. All of a sudden you trusted what lies ahead. But it could also be that whatever you saw as proof, whatever you believed, whatever made you believe that you were doing the right thing. Now, that's going to be different for everyone. Whatever that was, that like dispelled all that fear. Because you had proof. I would love to hear what kind of epiphany, breakthrough, or what that was. That'd be amazing. So Virgo, I think your mid-month review is telling you you have come even further than last month. I think that you have, you're on track to receiving that 9 of Cups, that wish fulfillment. Your wish is going to be granted again here. And I just love this card of how she's looking and her hands are out. It's like as though you are now ready to receive it and you believe you're going to receive it. It's like you have this just inner knowing. There is something so beautiful and satisfying when you just know your truth and the truth that you will be loved and held, and you will receive because you deserve to receive. And I feel like that's where you are. So keep doing exactly what you're doing. And I can't wait to hear from you, and I can't wait to do your next reading. I really, really can't. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be in your season for the month of September 2025. All right, Virgo. Till next time. Bye. Hey, Capricorn, you're up. We have 1-11-11 on the timer. Amazing. Okay, let's see what your mid-month review is, or your mid-month check-in is going to be all about. I had the number 22 fall out of my deck, the Sunlit Path, and I had the Worlds fall out of the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. So we'll see if those two pop up again. It's kind of cool. But the 0-1-11-11 was really, really cool. So you and I were supposed to meet at this exact time. And that's pretty cool. All right, what do we need to know for Capricorn, please? Mid-month check-in, mid-month review for Capricorn, August 2025, please, Spirit. My last earth sign. You guys have been spiritual, spiritual, spiritual. Bottom of the deck, we have number 2, Harvest of the Heart. And I said you got 22 over there. Balance, strength, and vulnerability. Aww. I love that. I know I left you off on a little bit of a difficult August monthly reading, Capricorn. I know that. But this, let's see. I don't want to... who knows? This actually may be a little bit of a continuation of that, which would kind of sync up well because we are doing the mid-month check-in of that. The fact that this is saying balancing strength and vulnerability. Capricorn shows themselves as strong. You guys are very resilient and, I was going to say dogmatic, but I know sometimes it's difficult to show a softer side, potentially. Interesting. And sometimes when you need to ask for help, or if you want someone to be in your life, or maybe there's a tendency to feel like you have to show strength and that you're really not meant to show vulnerability. I didn't do this for anybody else, but I wanted to see what's underneath. Wow, number 33, this was in the Virgo reading. Yeah, all of you guys, all three of you, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn have had, well, as of right now, you have this card that's similar, but I feel are energetically similar. It's like you guys have been dogged in achieving everything that you're going to be receiving. And that you guys have been like doing the heavy lifting. That's what I feel like. All right. Opposites attract. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. All right, for Capricorn, what else do we need to know, please, Spirit? Capricorn, mid-month review. All right, Capricorn, please. Okay. Emperor. Aries. Mars. Earthly Father. Embodies all the kings in the tarot. Divine Masculine. Catalyst. Disciplined Visionary. Assertive and authoritative. Leadership. Decision Maker. Well, I was going to say that you were the boss of the zodiac. Empowered Control. Empire Building. Responsible Stewardship. Maybe this is what you're feeling like you should be doing and who you should be, but this is not all that you have to be. Or do you feel like you're expected to be so in control? All right, let's see what's underneath here. The present. Stop and smell the humanity. Experience it. It is our present to ourselves, and it is true. You know, it's okay not to have everything figured out. You know, you can't just live in the future, right? All this empire building. Make sure that you're still living your life today. Call upon or embody raven spirit. Messenger, seer. Keen intellect, problem solver. Transmogrify. Yeah, it's like changing the parts of you that feel like, I don't want to say changing. You know, I take that back. Maybe moderating and balancing the parts of you that feel like you need to be in control or the boss or not show, right, any of that vulnerability that everybody has within them. Let's see. Let's do a little bit more. Okay, for Capricorn, what else do we need to know, please, Spirit? Capricorn. Let's see what else here. Capricorn, mid-month. Bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Strength, which is 10 of Wands. It's like this king, and he's just surrounded by all these little gremlins, these goblins. It's a lot, right? 10 of Wands. It's a heavy burden to have all these little people hanging off your coats, right? Your little coattails. Maybe that's what you're feeling too. As the Emperor, you may be in charge or responsible for the resources of others, and you feel responsible for them. And at times you may feel like it's a lot. So you can't be, Interesting. 10 of Wands. But the 10 of Wands also means that you are at the end of carrying all those burdens. You'll be able to lay those burdens down soon enough. You'll be arriving to that town, right? To that village. So you can drop off those wares. And then it's worth it. Those 10 of Wands, carrying them was worth it in the end because you get paid on them. You may feel maybe overburdened somehow. You have the 9 of Wisdom, which is the 9 of Cups. What did I just say? Wait just long enough. You're going to get paid on them. An Ace of Charisma, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, new beginning. Ace of Wisdom, Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's like just give yourself a little bit of more time. By the end of the month, you're going to see these burdens, self-imposed or not, because I had here indulgences. That's what was rattling in my brain. And I know that we discussed that before in our actual monthly for this month. There's that little bit there of just be careful of your own indulgences, trying to drown out or to relieve the stress, the burdens, because you are very close in finding a balance in this new beginning. Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards and see what's going on, Capricorn. I almost called you Aquarius. That's interesting. We're having a full moon in Aquarius tomorrow. This was in Virgo. Again, I'm telling you. There's something in it's funny because this is the first time I'm doing the mid-months this way. Doing it by elements and not by using the astrological wheel, the zodiac wheel. Okay, found. Trust what lies ahead. I love how she's like has her hands out and she's, like it's like welcoming and yearning for that enlightenment in that sun. Whereas I saw this as epiphany, awakening, and sunshine and rainbows for Virgo. I see it for you. It's like you're waiting. It's like there you are. You feel like you may be feeling the heaviness of something right now. Balance, strength, and vulnerability. Just because you're maybe overwhelmed right now or have a lot of burdens doesn't mean that makes you weak. It doesn't mean that you are a failure or that you can't handle what you're doing. It just means you're human. It means that it's a lot of work. It means that it's demanding. That's the word I keep getting. Things are demanding. And it's like you're willing to see things differently. Then we have Hand of Fire. Stoke your inner flame. It's number 18. It's a 9. You're almost at the end here. Stoke your inner flame. It's like, okay, just what I said. The sun is coming up. Those burdens will alleviate. You're at the 10 of Wands, right? Stoke your inner flame to get you there. You have the reserves. You have the resources, the power to get yourself there. And if this is truly harkening back to the reading that I did, and this is about potentially attachments or even addictions, you have the resource and the reserves to get you through. You're almost at daylight. The sun is about to break through. And also this is self-confidence, self-realization that you are capable and you have what it takes to make it, to be successful. It's like pulling up that inner gumption. Then we have hope. This too shall pass. The sun will continue to dance with the moon, ushering in a new day to try again. Yes, this is exactly what I've been trying to say. You have been doing something that has been causing you, it's been an undertaking. Something that has been a lot. Maybe a lot of change. maybe a new job, new position, I was gonna say new relationship, new family, new city, something, okay, new something, or something that's just been a lot. And you may feel a little overburdened, right? Or the demands of a lot of people around you. But just know that this is temporary and that you're going to learn how to juggle everything. You're going to learn how to Two of Pentacles things. You're going to learn how to juggle your material world and your spiritual beliefs and destiny. You're going to learn how to juggle work-life balance. You're going to learn how to juggle the demands of family with just your resources. I mean, there's a lot, right? It's about in this physical world, in what you have been manifesting and working. It's your family, it's your health, it's all those things. And I just want you to know that, you know, keep faith. Keep your hope close, because you're almost there, where you're going to figure it out and not feel so overwhelmed all the time. We have Fox Spirit in reverse. This is the first time I've ever gotten one of my animal cards in reverse. Call upon or embody Fox Spirit. Strategic, playful, adaptable, swift action. Maybe that's what they're telling me, because this is call upon or embody Fox Spirit, and this is an outlier, right? As I just said, this is the first time I ever had one of my cards from from the specific animal card from my deck come out in reverse. And it's like an outlier for me. It's saying, hey, they're not doing this. Maybe you don't feel capable of being playful right now. Maybe you're only living in strategy. Maybe you're having difficulty in being adaptable. You feel like you're not fast enough, quick enough. You have to be like one of those foxes that live in the city. You know, they learn how to adapt and survive in an environment that's not theirs, and they do it well. And I feel like that's what you are learning to do. That's what I feel like you're doing. You're in a different environment, and you are learning to not only survive, but do well, succeed, excel in it. Maybe you thought it was going to be easier than it has been, but just know that it will get there. It takes time. It takes time. AWAS, forward momentum, teamwork, collaboration, trust and loyalty, relationships. Yeah. Trust what lies ahead. Trust that the choices and the direction that you have gone towards it, forward to and on the path that you've been on, is the correct one. You trust that you made the right decisions, right? Even if you may not see that sun poking out yet. Even if it's difficult. Life is difficult. It's about how we handle those difficult times. Yeah, you can do this. There's something here. If you give me a second. Yeah, there's like a river here. And this is, AWAS is actually like two lagooses. So two lagoos, which are just another rune, but there's two of them. It's to the flow of the river, the lake. So it feels like you want to get to that end, that outlet immediately, and not have to take all those bends. Or there are more bends than you thought or realized before starting on this journey, right? And this is also you calling in help. Look at the, to recognize the benefits of teamwork and cooperation and collaboration. So instead of feeling like you may be alone traversing this really winding river there, you can call in your team, co-workers, your family, your partner, because you need that teamwork and collaboration in order for it to stand. Because if not, it wouldn't be able to. There's something like that there too. King of Intelligence. Yeah. This is the King of Swords. Maybe you are being too analytical and not allowing your passion to drive you. Maybe you're being a little pessimistic and just balancing everything very black and white and not seeing how you can help yourself get to where you need to go. You're either too much in your mind and your thoughts and being overwhelmed and becoming a little pessimistic. And that drains the passion and the fuel you need to get you to the finish line. And maybe you should be grounding yourself in your element, because I feel like you're between these two. And considering he's the King of Swords, you would think that he'd be he wouldn't be overwhelmed by all the negative self-talk that could come from a reading like this. He trumps this. I kind of feel like he is trumping your inner fire. He's pulling you into an analytical world where you're being asked to believe in yourself and dig deep and fuel yourself to the finish line. Not through reasoning and number crunching, but actual inspiration, or even creativity of how to or even figuring out things what can fuel your fire. Do you need a timeout from what you're doing here that's feeling like a burden? Can you go and play, right? With the fox being in reverse. Are there extracurriculars that you can do that will, light your fire, make you happy, and fill your reserve tank of joy to just be able to get you through a deadline? Yeah, a deliverable. It's like finding that balance of work hard, play hard, right? So make sure that the things that you do to give you some animation or reanimation in this world don't have to be such an extreme that could potentially bring you down different paths. It's just giving yourself enough fun, happiness, love, support, positive reinforcement to get to the finish line. Yeah. You can hear my cat. Two of Intelligence, Two of Swords with hope. Yeah. It's like choosing between the lesser of two evils. I feel like that's what you think, because I don't even where that came from. It's like what you think. It feels like that's what you're thinking, that you need to choose between two, like which is the lesser of the two evils, when it doesn't even have to be, none of them have to be evil. Or one of them can be not as desirable, but the other one doesn't necessarily have to be just as undesirable or just a little bit less undesirable. Or it's, this could easily be you quieting your mind and letting hope and that desire, right? That desire for newness and optimism. I keep getting pessimism, now optimism. It's like, I feel like there is a little bit of pessimism here. That's been your default. And you're being asked not to do that. It's like, that's why I said about this is how you're feeling. It's like, oh, I got to choose the lesser of two evils. No. If you look at it that way, that's all you're going to see it as. And that's what breeds the lack mentality. No, I'm not doing that. It's having the hope and optimism that letting that trump that doubt or that fear of making the wrong decisions, or say following your heart is like your heart beacon, letting it choose for you your next turn, right? Down that bend of that river. Let your heart and your hope and your optimism lead the way to the end of this 10 of Wands, not your mind. Going back to what I was saying about the King of Swords here, feeling like he's trumping everything. No. Let's give your mind a break for now. Let's be heart-led in this. Yeah, let's be heart-led. That's all I'm getting. Let yourself be heart-led through the remainder of this month. Because you know it knows your higher self. Allow your higher self to take the reins. Because they know where it is that you need to, what path you should be taking, what turn you should be taking. They're not going to lead you astray. And I feel like stop overthinking. That's what I'm hearing. Stop overthinking. You know how pessimism works. It's like as soon as you give in to a little bit, it takes over. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, this sucks. The next thing sucks. Everything sucks. It always sucks. It's like, whoa, how did we get from that to like the world sucks and I suck? Because you know that's where it always ends up. You know, I'm not good enough, or I'm, again, what I said over here. No, I'm not going to let you get there. Let's take a breather. Let's pull ourselves back from that edge before we even get there. Anytime you find yourself maybe being a little bit more proactive, there's a huge bird right there. That's kind of crazy. As you get closer to feeling pessimistic, you know, allowing your mind to run wild and, I don't know, start going 10 steps ahead, 20 steps ahead, 30 steps ahead. I mean, you're already living 2 years ahead. You know, like go back to the present, right? Where was that? That was in here too. Just let's rein it in and take it step by step, sweetheart. Just step by step. What else do we have here? The Hierophant. Yes, the fox spirit. You are being asked to listen. Open yourself up to the communication. And this for me is your higher self trying to speak to you. Don't block off. Don't sever your intuition. Don't sever that inner knowing, or that even that deep desire, right? That connection to what we don't know how we know, but we know. Like, don't sever that inner knowing of what's right, what's wrong, what feels right, what feels wrong. Don't discount those things because they may not make rational sense. Don't discount those things because they don't follow, I don't know, things by the book. Something like that. Don't analyze the crap out of your intuition or your instincts. Don't explain them away. Allow for it to exist and for you to receive that guidance from your higher self. I truly feel that. I feel like there's a disconnect between you and your higher self. But this also could be grounding. It's interesting because the Hierophant receives, but the way that they have this energy from him wrapping him around the neck, going down into the earth and up, and I feel like you're out of sorts. there's a little out of sorts here. I'm going to clarify that. For the Hierophant, please. 4 Charisma. That's the 4 of Pentacles. Exactly. You've been withholding. The dragon protecting his hoard. It's like, and I'm just saying, I'm just describing the card. That's not what you're doing. But what you are doing is withholding. Because that's what I was getting from the Hierophant. It's like you are withholding your own inner knowing. Like you build a block, or you're blocking your intuition to flow. You're blocking your understanding, your innate understanding of a situation. You're blocking it. I've never read the Hierophant that way before specifically. But that's what I'm getting. It's like you severed the connection because it didn't make sense to you. So you're like, I don't need that. I'll take energy from somewhere else then. Or let's be more efficient and plug this off and focus on another source of energy. And what you don't realize is that you need it all. You need to be balanced again with the air and the fire. And yeah, it's like you think that you have everything you need and you don't need this. And you do. Capricorn, you are being guided and spoken to. And that came out very clearly in your previous videos. You are being asked. No, you're being guided and protected, highly protected. But you're kind of defensive about it. You're like, I don't need any of that. I know what I need. Kind of like the Emperor, right? Like, I got this. I'm the Emperor. But the Emperor needs help. The Emperor potentially needs help. You don't have to do it all on your own. Right? Balancing strength and vulnerability. And it's like you're just like, nope. I know what I need to do. And I think that you need help. And I think it's just help it could be as basic as being helped by yourself or accepting help from yourself. This is the hard one because we've gone back and forth between weaknesses, attachments, addictions, and now maybe you're trying to pause the areas of yourself that you think those are. And that being only analytical, rational person is the only way that you need in order to be successful. And I feel like this reading is telling you, no, that's not true. You need to be a fully formed you. So it's like letting those weaker, and I hate using the word weaker, but those parts of you that need more TLC, a seat at the table, and you integrate them into your life. You welcome them into your life, and you figure out what they bring to the table. Like, accept their gifts into your hoard, right? As the dragon here. Like, the more you get, like, the more complete you are, and the more balanced you are wholly, the stronger you're going to be. The more resources you will have that you will then be able to tap into to make it to the end line, to the end goal. Because you're close. I told you that World card fell out. You're close to finishing a cycle. It's like you're almost there. You could almost see it, right? Look at the way she's yearning and reaching out for that. You're almost there. But you can't lose hope. You have to keep going down that road. Like, that path is there, but teamwork and collaboration. It's not just on you, or you can't do this alone. And this came out in your reading for August. You can't do this alone. If you need help, you need to ask for help. This is really multifaceted, really is. I think it's going to resonate with people in many different ways. And I think that's why we're getting so many competing, similar themes, but competing outcomes or whys. Like where you are and why you are where you are. We have a couple more. 7 of Wisdom, which is the 7 of Cups. And the 10 of Charisma, which is 10 of Pentacles. So this is the anglerfish, the little light at the end. And it's the 7 of Cups, right? It's like choosing wrong and she's about to eat them. This is a deep, this is a stronger depiction of this card. But it's like you need teamwork and collaboration in order to make a successful decision. This is cooperation. Without one of these legs, this M, right, this AWAS will fall one way or the other. And this is telling you, you know, there is a wrong choice here. And when I say wrong choice, I mean, it's kind of potentially just having a more difficult cycle or having to repeat a cycle or the cycle to just go on a little longer than it has to before you learn that lesson. And this does not have to be like a substance abuse addiction. This could be any attachment that just you can't shake. It could be mental health. It could be feeling inundated at work and you don't have the time or bandwidth to do and finish your projects. Feeling so burned out that you feel like you're going to walk away from it all. That's before you get to that point, you need to ask for help. You should. Right? The idea of being a solo act, right, as the Emperor, is really tantalizing, especially if you always have seen yourself that way. And as a Capricorn, I can see you seeing yourself that way. But that obsession or that hard, fast rule of I do things myself, I don't need, I know more, I know better, and I don't need anyone's help. That steadfast, hard, fast rule for yourself can get you into trouble. So I'm just letting you know now, reach out, ask for help, accept help, especially when it's being offered. Don't say no, and know that you will get through this difficult time faster, more quickly than you would otherwise. Instead of just dragging it out, disappointment after disappointment. Why? There's no need for that, honey. There is no need for that. So I think this is a really big lesson that you're going to be experiencing and dealing with. And it's going to be a good one because it's going to set you up for next time. You will know. It's like having a personal growth spurt. It's learning and not seeing. It's like a maturing, right, of self. Knowing and seeing it's not a weakness when you need help or ask for help or something like that. So you are a success. There's no question about it. But to remain a success and also to grow as a person, to mature as a person, we just can't stay stuck and be the same old all the time. There's a lot of room for growth for everyone. So I truly do ask for you to see where in your life you can let people in, where you can expose vulnerabilities potentially, and be open for this growth to happen. Like I said, you have had and are a success. I just want to help you stay that way. So I hope I can do that for you in September. I can't wait to see what September has in store for you. So until then, bye.